Naptown Tuner here. Let me just tell you, I'm planning on putting a video out every single day for the rest of the year. Now, this is just a loose requirement for myself because I don't really have a rigid constitution, personally. But I am setting goals for myself constantly because I don't get anywhere in life unless I attain something by first telling myself that I will. So, what I plan on doing is I plan on getting 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Does that sound crazy? Might sound crazy, but I'm gonna put in the work to get there. But what I'm asking for you is just to hit that subscribe button, because I'm not really the type of person that wakes up early in the morning and goes to a regular job. I'm the type of person that does whatever I want to do, and I make good YouTube videos, and I'm an entertainer. So that's what I'm going to do from now on. And of course I will still work in my garage for the rest of my life, and then we'll see what happens. But anyway, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this video, because every single video hopefully is going to have something of value. Hopefully everyone is going to get something from every video. It's not just going to be junk. I don't want to produce junk. So if you check out my last video, I did a performance modification. Now, do I really have to get so specific with these videos? I try to have fun with them because, come on, these are silly videos, but they're fun. If someone really wants to do this to their car, they can do it. I did all this stuff to my car, and I'm running it. I'm running what I brought. So if anything damages it, you'll be the first to know. But you know what's really also fun? The keyboard warriors. I love you guys. Tell me everything that I'm doing wrong. I love that, because that gives me more video content, more video ideas. And for this mod right here, we did a ram air intake with the factory. The factory grill is obstructive, and we need to open it up so we can get ram air intake. And the very smart people in the comment section, I liberally say that, they were telling me that the snow screen that I pulled out, this thing, I'm gonna get so much water in my engine now. I'm probably gonna hydro lock it, because I took this snow screen out because this deflects flood water. And also, now that I've uncorked this grill for all this massive horsepower, the rainwater is gonna get right in here and just get sucked right up into the engine. Let's take a closer look at it, see what they're talking about. If you didn't see the last video, I'll go ahead and post it in the description. But this whole top layer right here looks like this, with the blocks. And in my last video, I opened up these blocks as to let air go into the ram air intake. I still have this panel loose right here, so I can pop it off quickly and show you. This ram air intake, the lip rolls right down here. You see, normally the air would, this is just some trimmings. Normally the air would come in here, and it's not allowed to come in here. But you see, I cut these holes great big open so that the air can flow right into the ram air intake, right into the air box. Before I go any further, let me show you this real quick. This is a RS style knockoff grill. This is the aftermarket honeycomb style grill that a lot of people like to put on. If you'll notice, the air box on this one is still factory as well. And this grill is way more open than the original grill on the car. So if the modification that I did is gonna harm the engine, this grill modification is definitely gonna harm the engine. So let's find out if it actually will saturate the air filter. Look folks, I don't have a dog in the fight for any of this stuff. I'm just gonna be doing this work on YouTube for you, so that everyone can figure out what works and what doesn't work. And this is a silly airbox mod, but in the future, we're gonna be working on everything. Not just Audis, we're gonna start, after Audis, we're gonna move into, well, we'll work on different Audi engines, then we'll work on rear-wheel drive stuff, BMWs, Mercedes. We'll start getting into lots of stuff because, like I said, I'll be doing these things for the rest of my life, potentially. Depends on how fast you are to hit that subscribe button. To make this experiment as accurate as possible, I chalked the engine up at over 2,000 RPM, so that's faster than what your engine speed would be on the highway at cruising speed. Let's get this thing started. I was just spraying this thing for like 10 minutes straight. I was done with the video and the record button wasn't on. So now I gotta spray like 10 minutes more. This thing is gonna be saturated, if it really will be. You get the idea, the 10 or so minutes I did, plus what I just now did. Let me show you. RPMs, let me wipe the water off here. RPMs are still at over 2,000 RPM. And I'm not gonna shut the camera off. I'm gonna open up this hood. Let me pop it again. I had it closed because I wanted everything as accurate as possible. Will the air filter element be saturated with water? Tell me. Let's check it out. So first off, it's rather apparent that we have water right here. So let's take this out first. Yep, there's water in there. Now, oh, there's water in the air box. Would you look at that? Imagine that, there's water in the air box. Oh, there's water. Imagine that. Can you believe it? Let's go ahead and unplug. Zoom out. Go ahead and unplug this right here. We don't necessarily need to take that clamp off, but do we? Yes, because this one right here. But some people look at how bullish that was. That was a horrible decision. And then we just have these two back here. Can I use a longer extension? Okay, the moment of truth. Bum, 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 bum. We got a K&N air filter in here. I couldn't even remember that I put that thing in here. Is it gonna be wet? Is it gonna be soaked? It has just a slight amount of moisture, I believe. Some water is in the air box. Would you look at that? My little flap is all the way open. Still, it's not hot enough to close it. That's interesting. Anyway, let's check out this K&N air filter here. There's a slight mist of water. It just looks like on this one side. The back side looks dry. This whole front side looks dry. But there's a shimmer of water on the very end. But it's not, it could be oil. I think it's oil. It doesn't feel heavy. It seems dry. I'm just gonna... I'm just gonna straight up say, I mean, I'm being completely honest with you. I really don't think that there's actual water on this filter. I would be able to feel it. I think that this is just the shimmer of oil, because look at this real closely. That's oil. Let me get a better look at this. Well, let me put it in the snow, actually. It's white. Yeah, it's dirty oil. I don't believe that it's definitely not saturated. If it's wet, it's just only very little wet. But this right here is oil. See that? That's not water. So I'm gonna go ahead and say myth busted on saturating your air filter. If you want me to try this again with a regular air filter, tell me in the comments and I will do that for you. So in summary, upon further inspection, upon really close inspection, I do not believe that the water saturated the air filter at all. I believe that all the water went straight down into the drain of the air box. And that was as extreme as you're gonna get, folks. That was about exaggerated. That was like an exaggerated 1 hour drive. You're never gonna get pressure washed water coming through your grill, okay? There you go. If you liked the video, thumbs up, subscribe, all that stuff. Share, whatever.